Good morning, guys. You know what today is? It's Monday Morning Chats with Sack. And Sack is me. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It was a phenomenal weekend. Like, I had a lot of fun. So I hope that you guys have fun as well. And I hope that you were able to, spend time with your loved ones. I know that there's so much craziness going on in the world, but it's okay to hang with your close friends. And yes, you can stay 6 feet apart, wear your mask, but have fun. I mean, you can still laugh. The pandemic doesn't stop that. The pandemic doesn't stop you from smiling. The pandemic shouldn't stop you from even enjoying yourself. So make sure you're able to do those things plus more. But for today, this message is for those that may be in school. Maybe you're in middle school, maybe you're in high school, maybe you're in college, grad school, law school, medical school, whatever. Or maybe you are considering going back to school. My goal is to hopefully encourage you. So for today, I want to talk about, your grades does not determine your success. So the other day, last week, I had a meeting with my students, my summer interns. And for this upcoming fall, we have 10 students that are registered for the tax clinic at the University of Baltimore. So you guys know I will be teaching that course this year. So I'm very excited. Me and my co-professor will be teaching that together. And the two summer interns, because they already have experience with working at the clinic, they're pretty much like the mentors for the new students that are coming in. And so for our meeting, we talked about, what students need mentors and, tell us a little bit about your experience working with this student, the different students that we went down the roster with. And I remember as they explained the different students, I kept hearing them say, this person's really, really smart, has a really, really good GPA. And maybe they talked about, they took X, Y, and Z class. But I just kept hearing this, they have a really, really good GPA. And I was just thinking like, well, really good GPA, but do they have confidence? A lot of times, people will talk about grades and they just lack the confidence. You could be a 4.0 student, but you may suck at what you do. You just may be good at taking a test, but you don't know how to have a conversation with people. So I was listening to the students, and for me, as a professor, as a person that's a lover of education, I always try to figure out what can I do to be better. What can I do to add value to whatever I'm doing, whether I'm at any type of job. But when it comes to teaching, it's more so what can I do to add value? What can I do to impact? What can I do to inspire? I listened to the students talk, and I said, let me give you guys a suggestion. I said, grades are great. And I said, I know you guys are about to enter your last year of law school. I said, grades are great. I said, but grades does not determine if you're going to be a good attorney. You could be a 4.0 student, you could be the top of your class, but you could suck at being a professor, or you could suck at being a licensed attorney if that's something that you want to pursue. And I said, let me give you words of advice. I said, I know most of my students, just by age, I'm like 8 years older than them. And even though that age difference may not be so much, it's still a big deal. I have way more life experiences than them. And their experiences that they have, it doesn't overshadow their age. But because I'm older, I got exposed to more things. And maybe they have some exposure too. But being a little older, you probably made more mistakes. Probably have more wrongs. And my goal is to prevent them from making the mistakes I have ever made during my legal career. And I told them, I said, grades are not as important. I said, you can be a smart student, but you can just be a horrible person. Your grades may get you in the door, but it's not going to keep you there. So I said, if it's one thing that you guys don't know about me or you want to learn, is that I'm not focused on the student that got the high GPA. The student that got the 2.0, I can use them. The person that's like on academic probation, I can whip them into shape, and I can teach them how to be a good student, because it's not about studying longer. It's about being smart, and it's about playing a game. Going to school, taking tests is nothing but a game. And I could teach them that. So I told them, I said, grades are not everything. You can do well here, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be successful. I said, I want to know about who you are as a person. I want to know about your confidence level. You may have a 4.0. That means that you are stellar at school. But do you know how amazing you are? Let's talk about those. So if you're watching this and you are in school, whether you're in middle school, whether you're in high school, whether you're in college, whether you are in grad school, please don't let your grades be a determining factor to determine how successful you will be. You could be a 4.0 student and never get a good job. You could be a 2.0 student and get the best job that's out there. So your grades may help you get certain jobs. I mean, there's even jobs out there that will say, we need the top student. But the sad thing is they're overlooking the underdogs. They're overlooking the students that may not be good at taking tests. But if you give them a task, they're able to accomplish that. So if you're watching this and you are in school, please don't let your grades be the determining factor. But here's some key points that I want you guys to take from. One, do the absolute best that you can. Do not half-ass anything. I hate lazy people. Lazy people bother me. They make me itch. I don't like lazy people. Do the best that you can. Give it your all. When I tutor students that have problems with math and they need math assistance, some students, they want you to do the problem with them. That's not who I am as an educator. I want to see you do it by yourself. And then I can figure out the step that you messed up at. And that's where I'm able to help you. But if I do the problem from step 1 all the way to step 5, guess what? You're just paying attention to everything that I've done. What did you absolutely learn? So give it your all. Do not half-ass anything. Whether that's in school, whether that's at your job. People complain about when they're at jobs, they're like, I don't have a raise or I don't make enough money. Well, what are you doing to get that? Why would someone give you a raise? You come to work late every single day. You don't do the assignments that are assigned to you. You don't care. You're not a team player. You're nasty. No one doesn't want that. Do the absolute best that you can. There's a book called The Four Agreements by Miguel Regas. I think it's Regas. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but the book talks about 4 agreements. And one of the agreements talks about doing your absolute best. And keep in mind that your absolute best would not be the same at every task that you handle. But if you give it your all, at least you go walk away and say, I did that. Can I tell you that most of my jobs that I got, it wasn't based on my grades. Now, when I was in college, I was an A student. When I got to law school, I was a B student. My grades were good, and maybe that got me in the door, but it didn't keep me there. It was my work ethic. I bust my ass. It's one thing to see me on, these Monday morning chats with SAC. I post positive things. However, if you give me a task, I'm going to work at it. I'm not a lazy person at all. I work hard at everything that I have. And I work hard for anything that I want. And so, rule number 1, do the absolute best that you can. 2, don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm not sure if this is like a millennial thing or whatnot, but I find that a lot of times younger people, even people my age, they just had this idea that I could just do it by myself. No, I think that you should try to attempt to do it by yourself. And when you get stuck, you should raise your hand and ask for help. I don't think that's a bad thing. Asking for help doesn't mean that you're weak. Ask for help. I mean, I can give you my own experience where I'm known as a strong person. I'm known as a strong woman in my family. I hold everybody up together. And even though I'm young, I hold up people that's older than me. That's just who I am. That's how I've always been. But no matter how strong I am, no matter how independent I am, I always need help. And I realized the importance of help when I moved into my house. Don't get me wrong, I will ask people for different tasks to help me with. And then for a business, hey, I only have 2 hands. Can you help me? I'll hire my cousins to do admin stuff. But my house was like, you know what? Yeah, I can't do this by myself. Honestly, I hate taking out the trash. I do not like trash juice on my hands. Ever since I was a little girl, I did not like the idea of getting dirty. Like, I was 4 years old one time for Easter. For Easter when I was 4, I like to have the patent leather shoes on, the hat, the purse, the white dress, the ruffled stockings. Like, I was popping. And I never forget one time I had an ice cream. And the ice cream had Jimmy's on there. Mrs. Salty came through the neighborhood, and my ice cream spilled on my dress. When I tell you that I was pissed, I was pissed. I cried until someone helped clean me up, and I was fine. That's the same with me now. I hate trash juice, and just the thought of trash juice getting on my hand, it bothered me. And so my neighbors, they would see that I struggle with the trash. They would help. And they're like, hey, you need help? I'm like, yeah. And then, like, certain things around in my house, I realized, hey, I don't know how to do this. And I would ask for help. And it felt good because it took the burden off of me. And it felt good that, hey, the people that I was able to ask help for, they actually came through. And I think the biggest thing with people that are considered strong is not that they don't want help. It's just this idea that they asked for help before and the person fell through the cracks. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, don't be afraid to ask for help. It is okay to ask for help. You don't know everything. Like, you don't know everything. And that's absolutely okay. Absolutely okay. 3, help other people. A lot of times we had this idea that it's, if we help other people, it's going to take away from us. But can I tell you that your success is never about you. It's always about the other person. I never became an attorney to just make money for myself. I became an attorney to help other people. The things that I do in my life, believe it or not, it's not for me. Unless I'm buying crabs, and those crabs are for me, for real. Or when I'm buying wine. That wine is for me. Like, I'm not trying to share. If my friends come over and they want wine, I'll buy a bottle for them. But the wine, the crabs, that is for me. Nobody else. Your success is never about you. Like, it's okay to help people. Like, that's absolutely okay. You get your blessings, honestly, by helping other people. The fourth thing is, I said 3 things. The fourth thing is, it's okay to have goals. Make sure you actually have goals. Doesn't matter if you're 8 years old. It doesn't matter if you're 10 years old. It doesn't matter if you're 15 years old, 16, 21, 30. Have goals. If you are in high school, have goals. If you want to be a doctor, be a doctor. If you want to be a lawyer, be a lawyer. If you want to be an artist, be an artist. If you want to be a teacher, be a teacher. The biggest thing that I see with people when they have goals is that it's easy to talk about it. And it may be easy to write about it. You go write an essay about what you want to be. But just think about it. Some people that actually talk about what they really want to do when they were younger, did they actually pursue that? And then if they didn't pursue that, you got to ask yourself why. Why didn't they pursue that? Because it got hard? Was it work? You wasn't willing to put in the work? I remember being in college where a lot of young girls that were coming after me like, oh yeah, I want to be a nurse. I'm like, that's fine. And me, I was a mentor all through college. And I would tell my mentees, like, listen, I know it's a party going on, and I know you really want to be there. That's fine, but you just got here. You just got in college. Like, it's okay to have a balanced life, but what I recommend for you, make sure your grades are solid. And once your grades are solid, you can party. Like, my friends called me lame. They call me lame all they want, but guess what? Out of a group of my friends, I was the only one that graduated over a 3.0. And then secondly, while everybody was partying and there's no judgment. While everybody was partying, I kept my grades up over a 3.5 all through college. And once I got into my junior year, my grades was already solid. So if I got like a B, my GPA wouldn't really change much because I already did the work. And during that time, like their junior year and senior year, they were taking like all the hard classes. I did all of that my freshman and sophomore year. So for you, like, if you have goals, stick to it. My goal was to keep over 3.0 in college, and I stuck to it. My goal when I was 8 years old, it was to be an attorney. I stuck to that. Yeah, was it hard? Yes. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it was easy. I don't like easy stuff. I failed the bar 3 times. I applied to over probably like 7 schools for law school. I got accepted into one. I went to law school in Michigan, and it was 10 hours away from home. I didn't have no money. When I first started law school, I was eating tuna fish sandwiches. Then I got food stamps. Yes, I applied for food stamps. A lot of my colleagues did. That was fine. That was free money for me until they cut it off. I knew how to do hair. So I realized that, hey, I can't really focus on working and being a full-time law student. So let me do what I'm good at. I can do makeup. I'm really good at makeup. I know how to do hair very well. I could do sew-ins. I could do caps. I could do natural hair. I can cut. Let me do that. And I made money while I was in school. So if I had any extra money, I used that to pay my bills. That's what I did. But I never lost sight of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be. And even though the journey wasn't easy, I never forgot that. So if there's a goal that you have in mind, like, just don't give up. Like, stop expecting things to be so easy. Stop expecting people to just hand you things. You got to work for it. And it's funny because once I graduated from law school, I moved to Maryland. And I remember going to different happy hours. And it'll be older guys that would try to hit on me. They'll try to make it seem like they're trying to help me. Like, hey, you just moved out here. Let's go out to dinner so I can help you, get on the right path. I never took them up on their offer because I knew that if I wanted to be successful and get the job that I wanted people that was willing to help me with no motive. So if you're that person that has a goal, stick to it. And you'll be surprised when you're sticking to your goal, God will place people in your life that's going to help you get there. Like, they're going to really help you get there. Maybe it's by encouraging you. Maybe it's by telling other people about you, because my pastor will always say people either talk you up or talk you down. So who are you? Are you a go-getter or are you lazy? Don't be lazy. Lazy people never produce good results, okay? So accomplish those goals. Stick to it. I don't care how hard it is. Life is not meant to be easy. Life is not meant to be easy. If you have a goal, you stick to it no matter what. No matter what. 5, have the confidence. Know that you are amazing in whatever shape, size, complexion that you are. I know that for me, when I was in high school, my freshman year, my sophomore year, I was always skinny growing up. So when I was in middle school, I was wearing like a size 0, size 2. I was always slender, always slender. And when I got into my junior year, I want to say I was a nice size. It's so weird because my junior year, the beginning of my junior year, I was wearing a size 4'6", and I wear that now. But I look bigger then than I do now. Like, I was in great shape, didn't really work out as much. I work out now, so I'm more like the slender size. That time in high school, I was more like on the curvy side. Then the end of my junior year, I started to gain weight. I started working at fast food restaurants, eating Whoppers, eating burgers, and just bloom. I was one ham sandwich away from being a big girl. That's just exactly what it was. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And I remember going from a size 4'6" to like now I was like a size 13. Like size 13. I was like, okay, this is just getting out of control. And I wasn't as confident. Like, I just felt like this is not me. This is not the shape that I want. And I didn't feel beautiful. Like, I just thought I was fat. I just thought I was big, and I didn't like that. When I went to college, my weight fluctuated. And then my sophomore year in college, I lost like 20 pounds. I stopped frying food. I baked all my meats. I started eating more vegetables, drinking a lot of water, and I would run. I would run like 5 miles a day. And I just lost all that weight. And once I, started to lose the weight, I felt good about myself. But it wasn't until law school, I would say, that my self-esteem got exactly where it needed to be, like my confidence. When I started law school, my weight fluctuated. Like I was a broke law student, didn't have money. The middle of the night, I'm studying at 11 o'clock at night, and I would knock on my roommate's door like, hey, I need something sweet. So we will leave our apartment and go to Insomnia Cookie at like 11:30 at night. Don't judge me, judge yourself. I love chocolate chip cookies, and that's exactly what I got. Like they're nice and they're warm. I would get that, or oatmeal cookies, oatmeal raisin, the absolute best. I would do that. But then my second year in law school, although my weight was like, I was a little over 160 or whatever, when I got into my second year in law school, I started to run again. Started to run. I was in a new area. Me and my roommate moved into a new apartment. Loved the area. And I just started running. And I just started to lose all this weight. But then when I got my hair cut, it was just like, wow, this is like, I like this. I like how I feel. I like how I look. And it was just a great feeling. And then my confidence just started to just go up the roof. Not cockiness, just confident, like happy who I am on the outside and the inside. And so for you, I'm telling you this at a young age. Be happy with who you are. If you don't like your weight, change it. You can lose weight in high school. You can lose weight in college. Crap, if you're over 30, you can still lose weight. If you're over 40, you can still lose weight. It's nothing like feeling good about yourself. So if you're this person listening to me, be confident. Why? Your confidence overflow into the workplace. I would see some people that are so smart, but they just lack the confidence. And when they're at work, it shows. They don't care about what they look like. They look a hot mess. They let people walk over them at the job. They don't speak up for themselves. Like, be confident. Like me, there's different layers. I mean, like I'm a kind person and I'm very respectful, but I don't tolerate different things. And if you're around me long enough, you'll know that. In the workplace, I'm kind, shake your hand, look you right in the eye, know how to have an intellectual conversation. I know how to talk to people. I'm just a good person. However, if I disagree, I can agree to disagree. Still respect your opinion. If you're nasty to me, I know how to handle you as such. But I know for me, I won't back down. That's just who I am. I like to dress nice. At my last job, they knew me as being like the dresser. Like anytime, like when I was leaving, I was getting emails like, we're going to miss you. We're so used to you dressing up every day. But it made me feel good. So do what makes you feel good. And when you do that, that can help build your confidence. Whether it's looking nice, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to look nice. You could go to various stores, go to the clearance rack. That's exactly what I do. And make sure you feel good about yourself. If you're a woman, it's okay to wear makeup. Just make sure you have the right shade of foundation if you wear that. Make sure you have the right color lipstick that fits you. If you don't know how to do makeup, go to Pinterest. For men, hey, make sure that shape up is on point. Your beard, make sure it's lined up. Yeah, do whatever it takes to make you feel confident. Those are the nuggets that I have regarding students. One last thing. There was something that I posted on my social media last week where it said, I didn't get anything that I prayed for until I became the person that deserved it. And that really hit me. A lot of times people feel like whatever they pray for, they're supposed to get it right then and there. But sometimes God makes you wait for things because maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe he's still working on you on the inside. Maybe there's some things you need to change. Maybe there's some things you need to change your surroundings. So if there's something that you pray for and you did not get it yet, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get it. It's just this idea that not right now. Just wait. Not right now. You'll get it. Just work on yourself. Work on being a better version of you. That's the main thing you can possibly do. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that maybe I encourage you to be the best version of yourself. I work on myself every single day. Lord knows I'm definitely not perfect. But for those that are in school that are listening to this, please don't let your grades be a determining factor of your success. You could be a 2.0 and still be a billionaire. But no, make sure you have the drive. Don't be lazy. Laziness does not produce results. Be a blessing to others because that's what God wants us to do. I hope that you have a great Monday. I hope that you have a phenomenal Tuesday. I hope that you have a spectacular Wednesday. I hope that you have an awesome Friday. Oh, Thursday. Friday, I hope that it's just so amazing. I hope that your weekend is so lit. I hope that even though we're going through things and you look on the news, there's just so much stuff going on. I hope that you just never forget how amazing you are. No matter what is going on in the world, you are still amazing, and you're still capable of doing great things. Take care, guys. Happy Monday. And knock out all the goals that you had for this week. Take care.